the home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Woo! Man, it's a hell of a game yesterday, wasn't it? I'm sure you guys and gals want to know exactly what I think about that. So, let's not mince any words. Let's not play politically correct speak like some of these podcasters out there. Let's talk about it. Just want to jump back in here real quick with my OCF investigative hat on to say that I hear that the Birmingham office of the SEC officiating, they're going to open an investigation into these referees. Now, ain't that some shit? Now back to the show. How's it going out there today, guys and gals in sporting land? This is JPC. That's Jesse Paul Clark on Facebook. Spelled J-S-S-E without the I. This show is the OCF. That's the outlaw of college football. Also on Twitter at OCF Productions. And if you don't mind, there's a hard option down here underneath this video. At the end of the video, if you don't mind, click on that. Throw a few dollars in coffers. Get me off the YouTube. Now getting right to it. This game with Tennessee, man, it's really bothered me. It bothered me all of last night and into this morning. I thought maybe if I get out there and sleep on it, a little bit, maybe I'll come in here and calm down a little bit. But this didn't work, man, because this was probably the worst officiated game I've ever seen in my 40-plus years of football. And I'm not one of those fans. I hate to be that fan that comes in here and blames the officiating. But that was some over-the-top kind of stuff. And when it's over the top like that, you have to call it like you see it. And people are going to run in here and they're going to be crying and shit. And they're going to be like, oh, you're just making excuses. You're crying. No, you're crying about me telling you the truth. And if you don't want the truth, if you don't want someone's actual opinion, then don't come on here. Because I'm not about to placate, and I'm not about patronizing or political speak like some of these podcasts out there, like old Ty on Around the Table Sports. He runs in there right after Alabama loses and tries to capitalize on his own team's misery. Really, Ty? I don't know, man. I don't understand that. I don't get that at all. But, that's another topic for another day. Me and Ty, maybe we'll have a little debate about it later on. But this game, if I was Tennessee fans, I would be pretty pissed off at the officials because they basically, like a better term, they robbed Alabama, really. I mean, Alabama did play bad in some aspects of the game and their special teams and some of their defense, but hell, you can't really blame the defense if every time there's a jump ball situation, they call a pass interference, man. I don't know how many pass interference plays they called, but, man, it was quite a few. And there was a few times where Alabama was pass interfered with, you were thinking they didn't call it. But it wasn't just that. There's a litany list here, man. It just goes on and on and on. Like the 5 downs they tried to give them. How does that shit happen? How do you try to give a team 5 downs? They even had to go back and review it, down for down. I've never seen that in my entire existence of college football. Ever. Especially since replay's being involved. I've never seen them go back and replay every freaking down to make sure they got the downs right. How does that happen? I tried to give them 5 downs, man. It's 4th and 2. And I was like, oh, yes, I'm going to get 5th and 2 now. And the real bad thing, the real thing that really upset me was the shots that were being taken at Bryce Young that was no calls on. These guys were unabated. I mean, they got away with it a couple of times. So they're like, hell, we'll just do it all the time. They actually reviewed one of them and showed the guy lowering his helmet into Bryce Young's face mask, and they still didn't call it. And then there was one instance where Gary Danielson replayed it numerous times where the guy was just clubs Bryce Young in the side of the head. Ain't that hands to the face or something, man? I mean, I'm not a real educated person as far as officiating goes sometimes, but if it smells to me, it's got to smell to most just about everybody out there. Because like I said, I've gotten here numerous times and given congratulations to teams that's beat us in the past, like Georgia, Auburn, Clemson. Go back and look at my videos. I'm not that fan that blames the officiating. There's going to be bad calls in the game, but this was over the top, man. This reeked. And what really reeked is it's like if you go back and watch the game, man, the lead official, the one that was doing the verbiage of each call, the dude had a smirk on his face. It seemed like every time, man. I just don't get it, man. I don't understand that shit. And like I said, I really don't understand how people can get in here and get mad because someone gives them their version of the truth. If you watched that game and you were really satisfied with the outcome of that game as a Tennessee fan, and you don't feel slightly bad about that, well, then you're just yeah. And the other fans out there, like Clemson fans that were running around talking that shit, those USC Skittle shitters who lost, by the way, they just hating on Bama. And if they really, if you couldn't see the horrendous officiating in that game, and you're just hating on Alabama because you hate Alabama, you need to come to terms with that. But like I said, before I get off here, I'm not that fan that usually blames the officiating. But this had a special smell about it. If you don't mind, you guys and gals, tell me what you think about all this. You think that maybe there was some kind of, I don't know, something other going on. I hate to say, man, you fans are talking about games fixed and blah, 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 blah. But this had a funky feel about it. Just the facial expressions of the officials throughout the game, man. But congratulations on getting that tainted win, Tennessee. I mean, it only took you, 16 years? Y'all won 1 out of 16 now? It's just time to hit the reset button, right? I'll start another 15-year streak. And with that, I'm going to get off of here. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also, like I said, there's a heart option at the bottom of this video. It says thanks. Click on that. Throw me a few dollars in the coffers. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.